Traders, just a quick note before we get into the video. It's a pretty important announcement actually. Understand that I will never reach out to you in Discord trying to build a rapport and then leading into making some kind of offer. I will never do that. Okay, scammers are using my name and my image and are contacting a lot of our members. If they do that, report them immediately and block them. 100%, that's a scam. Okay, I will never reach out to you making any kind of offer. If you want something, you're going to come and see me. Okay, you can reach out to me. Okay, with that, let's get into the video. Okay, traders, dollar CAD weekly time frame. So it looks like we've got a bit of a bullish breakout here. And the question is, is this going to be sustained? Well, the CAD on the back of the Venezuelan strikes, I think oil will come under pressure given that there'll be a glut of supply. So oil comes under pressure, weakens the Canadian dollar. Now we're starting to see some movement here now. This could be a bit overstretched, after the reaction on the back of the Venezuelan thing. Just be a little bit careful. My bias is going to be bullish. Yeah, we're getting a bit of a pullback here. So a target would be these highs. If this continues up, you've got these levels here. Then you've got, you've got these highs up here if it continues up. So that would be a couple of targets. If we enter a long position and we gain a bit of ground with it, we're getting a bit of a pullback here. And I'm always looking for that. Low to high. Retrace. It's in a bullish trend, and wherever you look, there's a red candle there, low, high, pullback, low, high, pullback. Same thing here. So I'm always looking for a pullback in a trend continuation. So now we've got that on the 4-hour chart. 1, 2, 3, yeah. You got to watch out because after the trend's been running for a bit, you'll get like a 3 drive, or in this case, there's a big drive here, then a second, third, and now fourth drive. We could get a bit of a pullback, like a deeper pullback. Let's just grab the VWAP. Let's just grab that. Anchored VWAP. Yeah, we could pull it from this low here. That's a valid level to pull the VWAP. Yeah, it's only one deviation out. We could pull it from, just to get a bit of a perspective, so we could pull it from here as well. It's still the same thing, right, on the 4-hour chart. So VWAP, we've got this one deviation. Now here's the thing, see this here? So this is a bearish imbalance. It's pushing through, there's a rebalance going on, but it's very thin liquidity through here. So, it could work its way through that fairly easily. And the next port of call will be, more accurately would be this balance area. Let's just grab a couple of other things here that we can throw in. Just want to pick up the volume profile. Anchored volume profile, we'll pull it through from back here. We want to know where these value areas are, where there's been a lot of business being done, right? A lot of volume being traded. And, that's number one there. So, that's your, use the volume profile for levels of support and resistance. It's a fantastic tool for that. Okay, so we've got these nodes protruding here telling us that this is a strong value area, and that would be a perfect target. So we could, be a bit more precise. I'd say precise. The underside of that could be a target, and then up under here, there's another target. So I'm just looking at the low of this range, and then you've got, these nodes that come out, and then you've got this point of control, this red one. So ultimately, there's 3 targets here that we could look at if this was to continue up. So dollar CAD, I'd be inclined to go down to a lower time frame, maybe a 30-minute chart. Yeah, and you can see that the volume profile here is giving us this gap that we could trade through. All right, I'd be looking. Yeah, it's excuse me. It looks like it's possibly starting to move. Thing is, you got to watch out for on Mondays. And why I say that, is you get this, well, the end of the week. We've opened the Sunday, Monday, right. We opened here, Sunday, Monday. That's the open. You know, weekly opens here. This is okay. This is what I want to see, actually. Let me just show you something. We're just going to nail this weekly open. 30-minute chart. We'll go down to a 15-minute chart, and we'll just pinpoint this weekly open. Right, Sunday. Sunday turns to Monday right there. Sunday, Monday. All right, weekly open. There it is. Let's just do that, because if this is going to be a bullish week, weekly open, what I want to see from this is, okay, we'll grab that. In fact, we'll mark up the last week, but this one here is the weekly range 1 week. Right, let's just pick up the last range, weekly range. So that's the last weekly high and low range. Come back. Okay, Friday, Saturday, hang on a second. I've got to go back. Yeah, it's a 15-minute chart. What am I talking about? Come back to, it goes way back. All right, hang on a sec. That's last week's high. Let's just mark this up, guys. This is really important. All right, I'm going to grab this previous week. So we've got Sunday here, and we go back Monday. All right, Sunday, Monday. That'll do. All right, so let's just grab the previous week. That's the high. Yeah, this is good, right? So I want to show you what happens and what we're looking for. Yep, that's perfect. All right, see this here? That's the last previous weekly range. We had a weekly open. That was a previous weekly open. See how this is this is manipulation. This is this weekly model that I talk about a lot. The weekly blueprint. So you get the weekly open. The manipulation. This is a typical Wyckoff thing, right? You get this run here, and it draws in buyers. The stops go. This is a big liquidity pool. It opens. You get a bit of manipulation down here to take out all of these stop loss, the sell orders under here, and then you break through that weekly open, bullish, and then you get the trend for the week, and then it comes back into the weekly close. All right. So think of a candle. I'll just draw a stick, right, a bar chart. So you get the open, the low, the high, and then down into the close, right? That could be a candle as well. We just draw a candle if you like. Bullish candle. Okay, there, see? So the open, the low, the high, the close. So what I'm looking for now is a similar setup. This is now the weekly open, and what I like about it is it's traded directly under it from the get-go. So I'd like to see that kind of wiggle around in here and then break this weekly open to the upside. All right, so what we need to see is this. In fact, bear with me for a sec, guys. I'm just going to pull volume profile a little bit closer to home. Anchored volume profile. All right. This here is the point of control. Now, it's an institutional level, okay? You can see it. It's a huge level, value area, where there's been a lot of ranging price action through here. So I don't want to see it break under this. It needs to hold above that. And why I say that, well, we want to see, higher lows, right? Higher highs, higher lows. And, it's often you'll get this move like this, pulls back down. Now, this is pretty significant, this. It's telling me that, the momentum's behind it. It grinded up and then it's traded down with a vengeance. So just be careful, right? So what I want to see this pull back and wiggle around under here, under this weekly open, between this point of control and this weekly open range. This is my point of interest through here. And it's got to, however it works itself out. All right. What I want to see then is it breaks through the weekly open, it comes back to retest it. And then that's going to be my point of interest to buy. I mean, look, you can get in earlier if you want to. So there's a potential buy opportunity here. Note buy. All right. And or if you're brave, let's just do this. bit more risk involved with this one, but channel, right? Let's just say, okay, see, we can see it's pulling back now, right? We've got this down channel going on. So you want to see it basically pull back and break structure. So this could be another entry idea here, right? So you got one there, copy that, and or you get in on this break of structure here. All right, so break of structure BOS. That's one. Yeah, and this is the other one. It pulls back and then, So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like what I'm looking at. I'm just going to weekly open, and that's the weekly open level through here. Okay, so I'm looking for the open, the low, the high, the close, that weekly candle, if you get my drift. All right, yeah. So a couple of potential opportunities, yeah, is to buy when it pulls back and it starts to break structure. There's a 30-minute chart. And if you're a little bit nervous, just wait for it to break through the weekly open and come back and retest it. Because that's telling you then that there's a pretty good chance that smart money that is looking for a bullish week. We're looking at this weekly candle. The trend for the week, smart money, if they're trading this week to week, right, they're going to accumulate at the low of the week through an area like this and then unload at the end of the week. Right, so that's what we're looking for. Righto, that's my take on the dollar CAD, guys. What else can I say? That's it. Comment. I'd love it to hear what you think. Are we on the same page? What are your thoughts? Yep. Comment below. And with that, hope you have a great day. Safe trading and see you in the next one.